following the whole procedure of the introduction, like what the task was given to us. So the statement was to design a toy that kids could play in the house, and the objective meets the demand of 9 to 17 months. It has to be a simple mechanism, and the brief also says about the approach the kids should have towards the toy, and adopting biomimicking and learning the physical development and a constant feedback that is given by the toy. So the user study is seen like how the kids approach, that the case study which we had done. Then the toy study that we had done also gives us an input about the mechanism, the features like push or pull along the toy, the material that is there, and also about the manufacturing product. So the dimensions that has to be restricted since we are making a smaller dimension toy. The insights of the same toy were also being noted, and idea generation was being formulated. It should be a social among both the parent and the kid should feel comfortable about the toy, and the toy should be wholly understood by the kid. For the first, like what I was thinking is about the visual development. So in this case, I've taken grasshopper as my inspiration, and each of them fit into each of the part of the grasshopper fits into. So he knows like the whole like each of the detail which is there. Then the next idea I thought about is the wheels, like the simple wheels, it's going to push or pull for a grasshopper. Then with a simple spring mechanism, you unwind it and energy is being stored and then it is being retracted. Then the other thing which I thought is that it is immersed in water, and then the color change is seen as a visual change in the grasshopper. So it's going to be like a whole setup. And the next thing would be the motion would be a circular motion. Then the next idea was to have wheels that are directly there, but then there will be a movement of the leg in it. And the other idea was to have a vacuum rubber at the feet, so that that movement is seen, like how it is while at the rest position and while it is jumping. So it is going to like when you pull it and when you push it to the ground. Also the other thing is the upper surface could have all green, and maybe the other side surfaces could have merging color, and the bottom portion could have brown. So like each digit when you change it, it shows the color variation. So all these were initial ideas. And the next would be simply to push the back so that the movement which is there along the grasshopper moves. So it is like clinching forward. Then the whole game of a wooden puzzle. So you know that what atmosphere fits the grasshopper, like when he moves to the ground or when he moves to a grassy area, the change of color. So the whole puzzle would have all this together. So it's like the visual this. Then after the review, I had come up with different ideas for the movement. So there would be a penguin which would have a gear, and each of the feet would be resting on it, like the extra which is protruding out, and you could actually see the movement of the penguin, like the original movement of the penguin. Then I had thought of an hen, and the same mechanism of a clamp would be used, in which the cylindrical clamp would have extra rod or wire which would show the tilting movement of the hen. A polar bear in which a simple movement of pulling it and storing the energy, and the energy is being retracted and the polar bear moves forward. Then I thought of a jumping frog in which there will be a spring at the leg fit and also at the neck portion. So when you push it to the ground, it jumps forward, and because of the CG which is being maintained at the bottom, it directly drops on the floor in the same position, and because of the spring which is there at the neck, the movement of actual frog is being done. Another thing is a dolphin thing which is just being rolled and pushed like a ball. So finally I came to this conclusion of having a frog, and each of the parts would be assembled in a way that there will be a spear at the bottom, like a circular ring, and it would have a protruding which is there. So when it moves forward with the push, it will when it comes to this protruding, it will give that little high jump to it, and it will move, and the actual movement of the frog will be seen. So each stage. So in this I have drawn only one single, but then it would have 3, 4. So like it is, each movement is leaping movement of the frog. And if we keep the first upper limb of the frog fixed, then it would show like a proper fixation of the ground, like it would be exactly where it has to be fitted, like the same height would be maintained of the frog. So this is how I thought.